288 Springs Road, compliance with resource consent. We actually had a discussion about this in an informal session, and I think that one of my colleagues was going to work up a recommendation that we refer it to regulation and consent to work with community board chairs and staff to develop a plan of action to resolve the issue, to resolve this and other similar issues. So I'll move that, and I think David East will second it. Yeah. Yeah, we're just doing it now. That this report be referred to the Regulation and Consents Committee and the Community Board chairs to work with staff to develop a plan of action to resolve this and similar issues.
Is that by way of a workshop or?
I think that there was a view that it would be good to take it offline for a bit and then bring back the plan of action, which we can then debate. I think that's appropriate, and it was by the end of August, so to be reported back by the end of August.
Is that clear that that's similar issues citywide? That's the point here, that it's not an isolated incident here, it's actually happening in other places.
Sorry?
Is it clear that that's similar issues citywide? It's not just this particular case that we want to deal with.
Doesn't similar issues come up?
Yeah, it's similar issues.
That's clear?
Yeah, and that's why we got all of the community board chairs into it.
There should be a report, an annual report that comes on inspections and enforcement, and I just wonder when that's due, because that actually might be the time to actually look at some of these. But I am worried about leaving this to August, because this is actually about people's health and well-being, and I know there's a huge community concern, particularly with asbestos, that these things are not being adhered to properly.
How about take out what I don't know why we want to schedule a briefing. I mean, why would we want to be that detailed? Yeah, Regulation and Consents Committee and the Community Board chairs to work with staff to develop a plan of action to resolve this and similar issues and report back to Council by the end of August. Yep. Sorry?
Is there a, Peter will probably know, inspections and enforcement have an annual report that they do, that they report against the different levels of service they have and the different things that they've been doing over the year. That report must be due to come back soon, I would imagine. Is that an opportunity as well to raise some of the issues and have a process for getting information?
Well,
You go.
you need to be careful you don't get involved in individual enforcement decision making. The Auditor General's made it quite clear elected members should.
You know, I understand that.
I agree with you. What you're raising is clearly the unit used to do that. I don't know if they're intending to do it this year, but that was an annual thing around that September, October. That was an opportunity for the councillors on the committee and then the council to have a conversation with the enforcement staff around what I call the high-level approaches to enforcement, which is appropriate for a governance body to have.
Is really what we're talking about here.
Which is what I would take. I'm assuming that's what the conversation here is about.
It is, yeah.
But
all right.
Can I just ask, is there any chance that this could happen quicker than August?
Well, we had a discussion about that, and it's just literally the pressure on staff with the, the long-term plan and the annual plan and the district plan and the rest of it's
I'm just really worried about the pressure on our community. When you read this stuff and you put it next to what's happening with asbestos, and people are really concerned. So if we can do it sooner, great. But understand that we do have pressure.
We've given a deadline by the end of August, so obviously people will work as hard as they can to resolve it. I know that we've got a regulation and consents will be very involved in the application for accreditation too. So I just know that people are under a lot of pressure at the moment. So I thought we had a mover and a seconder for that. was me and David East, I thought. Is that right? Right, I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. It's carried.